Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode with Boss Beauty. My name is Olateju if you're new, and if you've been coming along, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. So yesterday I realized I could actually do a live stream on YouTube from my desktop. I've always wanted to do, live stream, but when I saw that yesterday, I'm like, oh my god, I have to try this out. So I'm here doing the live stream for you guys, and I hope you like what I'm gonna be talking about today. It's like I say, I'm not a relationship expert, but I like, when I see things, talk about it, share it, and things like that. So I have just seen a Nollywood movie today. And this movie, the way it went was, so this is gonna be like a story. I want you guys to tell me what you think, what you would do, and that kind of thing, like that. Yeah. I've got something similar to this, but a different topic in my previous videos. I don't know if I can link this. I haven't done the live stream before, so I don't know. But that was Is Love Really Enough? This is kind of like a part two, but then it's different stories. So in that one, the one that I watched today, it was, a couple, living together, and then, they were happy, they just got married, living happily and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, when the husband leaves the house, someone in mask, a masked man, would come into the house when he knows that it's just the wife that is at home, and then with a gun, pointing it to the lady. And then, well, the first scene when they showed it, the guy had the gun, pointed it to the lady, and then all of a sudden we just heard the call, and it sounded like the lady was being raped. But he put a call through to the husband so he could hear what was happening. So the husband ran to the house, thinking, oh my god, is she cheating, that kind of thing. And because it was in Nigeria, the groom or the husband's sister was like, oh, is probably bad network or something like that. Anyway, the husband got to the house, the guy had disappeared, the armed guy, he had gone, and the wife was at home pretending like nothing happened. In my mind, I'm thinking, are you crazy? Like, why can't you just tell him, an armed robber just came to your house, you've just been raped, something like that? But she never said anything. She was wiping off her tears, pretending to be okay when she wasn't even okay. But things like this, you never know when it's going to, come back, haunting you, or you won't even be able to leave yourself. Like, you're in the house by yourself, and someone comes into the house, you don't even know this person, they point a gun at you, and all of a sudden they rape you. And then the next minute you're fine, or you pretend to be fine. Anyway, this husband was like, oh, what's going on? Is the door locked? It was acting really weird. And the wife was like, oh, yeah, yeah, everything is fine. What are you talking about? The husband left. And this kept happening. And then, this lady eventually decided to speak up, but then he spoke to a friend. And a friend was like, so you've been keeping this to yourself? And she was like, right, I can't do anything. You just have to tell your mom. So the girl told her mom, and then her mom was like, what the hell? Like, you can't be in that house by yourself because of this thing. You don't know when this guy is going to come back, things like that. Anyways, this guy kept coming back, and then the girl was like, oh my God, this is the sixth time that he's been. But she still not told the husband, but the husband knows that there's something wrong with her because she's been acting so weird. She used to be loving, but all of a sudden she's changed. Even the sister-in-law noticed that things have changed, but obviously they've just called her to say, right, try and make things work and make amends. And then, but obviously nobody knew what was happening, so they couldn't say to her that tell your husband. But I'm there on my chair getting angry, like, just tell him, like, let him know. And obviously we don't know who the armed guy is, we just know that it's someone that is maxed. So anyway, it got to a stage, the husband decided to travel. And then because the girl had already told her mom, so the mom was like, oh, maybe you should come to my house, just because you don't know when this is going to happen or when the guy is going to come again. So at least if you come, that way it's not going to meet you at home. Anyway, not knowing that the husband didn't actually travel, he just wanted to keep an eye, on the area, on the wife, to see what was happening, what was bothering her and things like that. Obviously it is caring, he tried, with what he's just done. But I feel like if the girl had told him what was happening, then it would be easier. Anyway, she didn't. So this guy decided to hide somewhere around the area. And then on a very good day, the armed guy decided to come. And then the husband saw him and was like, oh my God, he's going into my house. He followed the armed guy into the house. And then All of a sudden, this armed guy, pointed the gun again at the girl and wanted to do exactly the same thing that he's been doing, raping the girl. And this girl was just crying, shivering where she was. And if the husband hadn't gone in, this guy was already saying to the wife, to the girl, that, I'm going to do this to you all night long, because obviously he knew that the husband was in a home. But they already showed the guy that was in mask, and this was the husband's friend, supposed best friend, like group of friends. So I'm like, oh my god, why would he do kind of that, that kind of a thing? So, but every time he goes to the girl, it covers his face, and the girl doesn't know who he is. So this time around, it did exactly the same thing, and then the husband came in and saw what was happening, and it was like, what are you doing to my wife, that kind of a thing. And then the masked guy decided to take the mask off, and the friend saw that it was his friend, and it was like, what, my friend with my wife, that kind of a thing. So the husband was really angry, and the guy was obviously, he had a gun, so it was like, if you misbehave, I'm just gonna blow your, like, it's gonna blow his head off, like the Three Little Pigs. Yeah, you remember that story? So yeah, so I'm gonna blow your head off. So in my mind, I was already getting scared, and the husband was like, what the hell? So all of a sudden, this friend decided to tell the husband what happened. And years back, when they were younger, the husband had actually messed up with this guy's girlfriend. So the guy took his girlfriend to the husband's house. Is that long? No. The husband is the husband I've been talking about. And the guy is the one that is maxed up. So, when they were younger, he took his girlfriend to the husband's house. And then, it just said, right, you look after my girlfriend, let me go and do something quickly. And before he came back, the husband had already started chatting up this girl. And then he decided to sleep with the girl. So he raped the girl as well. So the girl was there crying, and then the proper boyfriend came in and was like, oh, what's wrong with you? And then this guy, the husband, came out, chatting rubbish, like, oh, you were pretending, but you actually enjoyed it, things like that. So obviously the guy was really angry. At the time, that year, they did sort it out amongst themselves and their friends. Although the guy was really angry, but the other guy, the one that raped the girlfriend, he apologized like he didn't apologize. Even the apology was very annoying. I'm like, why would you apologize that way? Like, it's ridiculous. But anyway, he apologized. But even if he apologized, obviously the girlfriend, actually the guy broke up with a then girlfriend, which left him girlfriendless. So he had to move on with his life, and this husband thought that the friend had forgiven him, but no, he didn't. So it was because of that he got really angry, and when this guy got married, he started sleeping with not sleeping with it, he started raping the guy, the husband's wife, literally all the time. So that was the story behind him raping the girl, the wife. So now the problem is, after this guy now told the husband this story, this husband decided to turn around and say to the wife, like, oh my god, you're this, you're that, you're sleeping with my friend. And I literally felt like slapping him in the face, like, are you having a laugh? Sleeping with your friend? Like, no, your friend has been raping your wife because of what you did, and you're here saying that your wife has. So the husband literally tried to turn the story around, like the girl has been the one sleeping intentionally with his friend, whereas it's not the way. But after this guy told the husband the story, he just left. Obviously, he threatened them with the gun, and he went. But the husband could not tell the police, because obviously everything is still going to come around. But I feel like he should have told the police, because what he did is bad. Even though your friend offended you, you don't take it, you don't take the anger over the wife. You do whatever you want to do to your friend, not his wife. And then even if you're going to do anything, not raping the girl, she didn't even know you guys then. Like, she wasn't even in the picture when the whole thing happened. And then when she thought, yes, my life is all rosy, I can start living my life, someone starts coming in to start raping her all the time. And she can't even tell her husband, because how is she going to open her mouth and explain that someone is doing something like this to me? But she should, if she had done it the first time, that situation would have been solved. But she didn't. She decided to keep it to herself, and now is turn around and start hunting her and then cause the problem. But the problem now is the fact that the guy is now turning the story around, saying it as if the girl was intentionally sleeping with his friend. And then before we knew it, he packed the girl's stuff to her house, literally sent her packing. And then this girl went to her mom's house, and her mom is literally apologizing to the girl, like, oh, you have to go back to your husband. And I'm like, woman or mommy, why would you tell your husband, your daughter, to go back to that kind of a person? He didn't even see what he had done or what had happened as something big. He literally did not apologize to his wife. He just felt like, yes, you've been doing this, you've been cheating, that's it. Whereas he caused the problem to the girl. Like, are you going to blame the girl? So, guys, what I need to know now is it just me thinking, the guy is silly for turning the story around? Or, should the girl actually go back to the guy and marry him? Because that was the way the story went. Like, people were apologizing to the girl to go back to the husband, and then the husband's sister was apologizing to the husband to take his wife back. So literally they made it look like the girl was the one at fault when she isn't even the one. So I'm like, no, I would never go back to that kind of a man. I would never marry that kind of a man. But it's Yoruba, it's Africa. Once you're married, you're married. You cannot come back to your parents' house and those kind of nonsense. And literally these things are what actually causes us big problem. That was where they ended the film. But now I'm thinking, even if the girl was to move back to the guy, do you think she would ever forget? Or do you even think the husband would forget the old thing? Obviously, the guy is at fault, for what he had done, but he never thought of what he had done in the past would come and haunt him. But now it's not even haunting him, it's haunting the poor girl that knows nothing about it. But now they want to turn everything over on the girl, saying that she's the one sleeping with the guy. It's a rape. She is a rape victim. She is literally a victim here. But why would you apologize to the guy to take her back, or even tell the girl to go back to her husband? That's ridiculous. So guys, what would you do? Would you actually go back to that kind of a man? Would you marry that man back? And if you were a guy, what would you do as well? Because I know it's not just ladies watching my channel. If you were a guy, what would you do? Would you actually take that lady back? Or would you have even turned the situation around in the first place? Would you call the police? Would you, get your friend arrested for what he had done? What would you do, guys? Seriously, I would love to know. And like I said, this is my first live stream. I know next time I'm supposed to advertise on my social media platform that I'm going to be doing this, live session. But it was something that I realized late night yesterday, and I wanted to give it a go. So yes, here I am. So guys, please watch my videos, support this girl. Yes, this Manchester babe. And I will definitely love to know your opinion. Share with your friends, leave your comments down below. And I really, really appreciate your time and effort and, your suggestions, your feedback and things like that. What would you do? Thank you very much. And thanks for staying, for watching. I will see you next time in my next video. I know this video might look a bit white. I look all whitish and that, but yes, it's my first one. So please don't chop off my neck. Okay. I will see you next time in my next video. Bye.